The United States of America hasn't won a World Cup knockout match on home soil in 32 years. Tonight, on their own turf, that changes. Or it doesn't. And everything falls apart before it even begins. This is the biggest night in USMNT history. And most people have no idea how dangerous tonight actually is. Tonight, the United States host Paraguay at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. 90,000 fans, a nation watching, a generation of American soccer players who grew up dreaming of exactly this moment. In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know before kickoff. Paraguay's threat, America's weapons, the key battle that decides this game, and our final score prediction. Stay with us, because this one is not as simple as it looks. Let's talk about Paraguay, because the world is sleeping on them, and that is a mistake. Paraguay arrive at this World Cup having not conceded a single goal in their last 4 qualifying matches. Not one. Their defensive structure, built around a deep 5-man block, has frustrated Brazil, frustrated Argentina, and frustrated Colombia. These are not a team that shows up to lose. They show up to suffocate you. Their danger man is Miguel Almiron. You might know him from Newcastle United in the Premier League. Quick, relentless, a player who thrives when the pressure is on. He doesn't need many chances, he only needs one. And here's the thing about the United States. They are vulnerable on the counter. In their last 5 friendlies, the US gave up at least 1 goal every single time. Their high defensive line leaves space behind it. Paraguay know this. Their entire game plan will be built around sitting deep, absorbing pressure, and hitting Christian Pulisic's backline on the break. The US also carries the weight of expectation. This is a home World Cup. The pressure is unlike anything this squad has ever experienced. Players make mistakes under that kind of pressure. They rush decisions. They lose composure. This is not a walkover. This is a trap, and the US must not fall into it. So how does the United States win this? 3 words: Pulisic, pace, and width. Christian Pulisic is the heartbeat of this team. When he plays with freedom, running at defenders, cutting inside, arriving late into the box, the US are a genuinely dangerous side. Tonight, he needs to be everywhere. Left side, right side, through the middle. Paraguay cannot deal with a Pulisic who is confident and aggressive. Out wide, the US have genuine weapons. Their fullbacks push high, they stretch teams, they create overloads. If they can pin Paraguay back in the first 30 minutes, force them to defend rather than sit, the crowd gets behind them, the momentum builds, and the game opens up. The key tactical battle? The midfield. Whoever controls the center of the pitch controls this game. The US need their midfielders to win second balls, recycle possession quickly, and stop Paraguay from ever settling into their defensive shape. And then there is the crowd. 90,000 people in Los Angeles who have waited their whole lives for a night like this. That is not a small thing. That energy, that noise, it gets into players. It speeds up their feet and slows down their thinking. For the US, it is fuel. For Paraguay, it is a wall of noise they have never experienced. But here is what keeps this interesting. Paraguay only need a point. 1 draw, and they leave Los Angeles having taken something. 1 moment of quality from Almiron, 1 mistake from a US defender, and the entire night flips. The US cannot afford to be patient. They need to attack. They need to be brave. Because a draw tonight would put enormous pressure on everything that follows. There is something bigger happening here than just a football match. This World Cup, hosted across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, is a statement to the world. A statement that North America belongs on the biggest stage in football. That American soccer has grown up. For a generation of players who were told their country didn't care about this sport, tonight is proof that it does. The stadiums are full. The streets are loud. The whole world is watching. Christian Pulisic grew up watching the US fall short at tournament after tournament. He has carried this team through qualifying, through doubters, through years of building something real. Tonight is his night. Tonight is their night. And for every American fan who stayed up late to watch World Cups in foreign countries, who watched 2014 in Brazil, who watched 2018 from the outside looking in. Tonight, the tournament is here. It is at home. And the US have no more excuses. Win tonight, and the belief in this squad becomes something unbreakable. So, what happens tonight? Here is my prediction. The US starts fast. The crowd lifts them. Pulisic gets an early chance in the first 15 minutes. Paraguay weather the storm, settle into their shape, and make it uncomfortable. Then, just before half-time, the United States break through. A moment of individual quality. A goal that releases all that nervous energy in the stadium. Second half, Paraguay push. Almiron gets one chance. It is a good chance, but it is not enough. Final score, United States 2 to Paraguay 0. The US win. The World Cup is alive, and the conversation about how far this team can go begins tonight. But I want to hear from you. Do you back the US to win this tournament? Or do you think they fall short when it really matters? Drop your prediction in the comments, and if you want full breakdowns of every single match at this World Cup, every preview, every analysis, every bold prediction, subscribe to World Cup Bible. We go live every match day. The tournament has started. Do not miss a moment.